Lobby. A room near an entrance. Log. A piece of cut tree. Location. A place where something is. Lollipop. Candy on a stick. Lock. A tool that keeps something closed. Lord. A man with high rank. Loser. A person who does not win. Lover. A person who loves someone. Luggage. Bags used for travel. Lung. An organ used for breathing. Magician. A person who does magic tricks. Magnet. An object that pulls metal. Maid. A person who cleans a house or hotel. Majority. More than half of a group. Mall. A large building with many shops. Marble. A small hard glass ball. March. A long walk by a group. Marker. A pen with a thick tip. Mayor. The leader of a city or town. Meadow. A field with grass and flowers. Meanwhile. The time between two events. Medal. A metal prize for doing well. Medium. A middle size or amount. Melon. A large sweet fruit. Mess. A dirty or untidy place. Mic. A short word for microphone. Microphone. A tool that makes voices louder. Minus. A sign that means take away. Microwave. An oven that heats food quickly. Miracle. A wonderful and surprising event. Misery. Great sadness or suffering. Missile. A weapon sent through the air. Mission. An important job or task. Mist. A thin cloud near the ground. Mob. A large angry crowd. Moisture. A small amount of water. Monk. A religious man who lives simply. Monster. A scary imaginary creature. Monthly. A magazine published every month. Moral. A lesson about right and wrong. Mosquito. A small insect that bites. Motel. A hotel for travelers by road. Moth. An insect like a butterfly. Motor. A machine that makes things move. Murder. The crime of killing a person. Muscle. A body part that helps you move. Mushroom. A soft fungus often eaten as food. Mystery. Something strange or hard to explain. Nap. A short sleep. Napkin. A cloth or paper used while eating. Native. A person born in a certain place. Navy. A country's ships and sailors for war. Necessity. Something that is needed. Necktie. A long cloth worn around the neck. Neighborhood. An area where people live. Nest. A bird's home for eggs. Nickname. A short or fun name. Novelist. A person who writes novels. Nun. A religious woman who lives simply. Oak. A large strong tree. Occasion. A special time or event. Onion. A round vegetable with many layers. Operation. A process or planned activity. Opportunity. A good chance to do something. Oral. A spoken test or report. Original. The first real one, not a copy. Outline. The outside shape of something. Ownership. The state of having something as yours. Oven. A kitchen machine used for baking. Ox. A strong farm animal like a cow. Owl. A bird with large eyes that hunts at night. Pad. A soft piece or block of paper. Painter. A person who paints pictures or walls. Palm. The inside part of a hand. Pal. A friend. Pancake. A flat round cake cooked in a pan. Palace. A large home for a king or queen. Panic. Sudden strong fear. Parade. A public march or show. Paradise. A perfect and beautiful place. Parcel. A wrapped package. Parrot. A colorful bird that can copy sounds. Passage. A way through or a part of writing. Passenger. A person riding in a vehicle. Passion. A strong love or interest. Patience. The ability to wait calmly. Passport. A document used for travel. Pause. A short stop. Pat. A gentle touch with the hand. Pavement. A hard path or road surface. Pea. A small round green seed. Peel. The skin of fruit or vegetables. Peanut. A small nut in a shell. Penguin. A black and white bird that cannot fly. Pearl. A small shiny white gem. Penny. A small coin. Pepper. A spicy vegetable or seasoning. Performance. A show for people to watch. Permission. The right to do something. Permit. An official paper that allows something. Photographer. A person who takes photos. Pigeon. A gray bird often seen in cities. Pile. A stack of things. Pine. A tree with needles and cones. Pill. A small piece of medicine. Pineapple. A large sweet tropical fruit. Pilot. A person who flies a plane. Pint. A small unit for measuring liquid. Pit. A deep hole in the ground. Pitch. A field for playing a sport. Pity. A feeling of sadness for others. Plastic. A light man-made material. Plenty. A large amount. Plug. A piece that connects to electricity. Pole. A long straight stick or post. Politician. A person who works in government. Politics. Activities about running a government. Poll. A survey that asks people's opinions. Pollution. Harmful dirt or waste in air, water, or land. Porcelain. A hard white material used for dishes. Portion. A part or share of something. Portrait. A picture of a person. Poster. A large printed picture or notice. Postponement. A delay until a later time. Pottery. Objects made from baked clay. Poverty. The state of being very poor. Powder. Dry dust made of tiny pieces. Preparation. The act of getting ready. Presence. Being in a place. Process. A series of steps to do something. Producer. A person or company that makes something. Product. Something made or sold. Professor. A teacher at a college or university. Property. Something owned by a person. Profit. Money gained from selling something. Protection. The act of keeping someone or something safe. Proof. Something that shows a thing is true. Pub. A place where people drink and meet. Pump. A machine that moves air or liquid. Purse. A small bag for money and things. Punch. A hard hit with the hand. Quote. Words repeated from someone else. Puppet. A toy moved by strings or a hand. Rag. An old cloth used for cleaning. Rank. A position or level. Razor. A tool used for shaving. Rate. A speed or amount for each unit. Reaction. A response to something. Ray. A line of light. Receipt. A paper showing what you bought. Receiver. A person who gets something. Recorder. A tool that records sound or video. Rectangle. A shape with 4 straight sides. Regret. A sad feeling about a past action. Release. The act of setting something free. Relief. A good feeling after worry ends. Replacement. A thing or person that takes another's place. Representative. A person chosen to speak for others. Republic. A country led by elected people. Request. An act of asking for something. Reserve. A supply kept for future use. Resource. Something useful that helps you. Response. An answer or reply. Risk. A chance of danger or loss. Responsibility. A duty to take care of something. Roar. A loud, deep sound. Ribbon. A long, thin strip of cloth. Roast. Meat cooked in an oven. Robbery. The crime of stealing from a person or place. Robe. A long, loose piece of clothing. Rocket. A vehicle that flies into space. Romantic. A person who shows love and feelings. Rot. The state of becoming bad or decayed. Rough. An uneven or not smooth surface. Routine. The usual way of doing things. Rug. A small carpet for the floor. Rumor. A story that may not be true. Rush. A need to move or act quickly. Rust. Reddish-brown dirt on old metal. Sack. A large bag for carrying things. Socket. A reason for doing something. Saucer. A small plate under a cup. Salary. Money paid for work each month or year. Sausage. Meat shaped like a tube. Sauce. A thick liquid added to food. Savings. Money kept for future use. Scale. A tool used to measure weight. Scholar. A person who studies a lot. Scarf. A long cloth worn around the neck. Scholarship. Money given to help pay for school. Scatter. The act of spreading things around. Scientist. A person who studies science. Scissors. A tool used for cutting. Scout. A person sent to look for information. Scream. A loud high cry. Screw. A small metal pin with a spiral edge. Scrub. The act of cleaning by rubbing hard. Seal. A sea animal with flippers. Security. Safety from danger or harm. Semester. One part of a school year. Senior. An older person or higher level student. Separation. The act of moving things apart. Shadow. A dark shape made when light is blocked. Shampoo. Soap used for washing hair. Shepherd. A person who takes care of sheep. Sigh. A long deep breath. Shovel. A tool used for digging. Signal. A sign or sound that gives information. Shrimp. A small sea animal often eaten as food. Silk. A soft, smooth cloth. Similarity. Something that is alike. Sin. A bad or wrong action. Sink. A bowl with a drain for washing. Sip. A small drink. Situation. What is happening at a time or place. Skate. A shoe with wheels or a blade. Ski. A long narrow board used for moving on snow. Sleeve. The part of clothing that covers the arm. Skip. A small jump or hop. Slice. A thin flat piece of food. Slave. A person forced to work without freedom. Slope. Land that goes up or down. Snap. A sudden sharp sound. Spice. A plant powder used to flavor food. Sorrow. Deep sadness. Spill. The act of liquid falling out. Spaghetti. Long thin pasta. Spin. A fast turning movement. Spinach. A green leafy vegetable. Spit. Liquid from the mouth. Spite. A wish to hurt or annoy someone. Splash. The sound or act of liquid hitting. Spray. Tiny drops of liquid in the air. Spy. A person who secretly gets information. Squeeze. A hard press. Staff. The people who work in a place. Squirrel. A small animal with a bushy tail. Stare. A long fixed look. Stadium. A large place for sports or shows. Statue. A figure made of stone, metal, or wood. Steady. A state of being firm and not changing. Stir. The act of mixing something. Steam. Hot mist made from boiling water. Stitch. A loop of thread used in sewing. Sting. A sharp pain from an insect or plant. Stomach. The body part where food goes. Stool. A seat without a back. Stove. A machine used for cooking. Strategy. A careful plan. Straw. A thin tube used for drinking. Strength. The power to do something hard. Strip. A long narrow piece. Structure. The way parts are built together. Studio. A room for making art, music, or shows. Stuff. Things or materials. Substance. A kind of material. Suburb. An area outside a city. Sack. The act of pulling liquid or air in. Suicide. The act of killing oneself. Sum. The total amount. Summary. A short statement of main ideas. Summit. The highest point of a mountain. Superior. A person with higher rank. Survey. A set of questions asking opinions. Survivor. A person who stays alive after danger. Suspect. A person thought to have done wrong. Suspicion. A feeling that something may be wrong. Swan. A large white water bird. Sweat. Salty water from the skin. Swell. The act of becoming larger. Sword. A long sharp weapon. Tablet. A flat computer with a touch screen. Tag. A small label attached to something. Tailor. A person who makes or fixes clothes. Talent. A natural skill or ability. Tangerine. A small sweet orange fruit. Tank. A large container for liquid or gas. Temper. A person's mood or anger. Tap. A device that controls water flow. Tent. A cloth shelter used outdoors. Technique. A special way to do something. Territory. Land controlled by a person or group. Theory. An idea that explains something. Thirst. The feeling of needing a drink. Thread. A thin string used for sewing. Threat. A sign of possible danger. Thumb. The short thick finger on the side of the hand. Tide. The rise and fall of the sea. Timber. Wood used for building. Tobacco. Dried leaves used in cigarettes. Ton. A very large unit of weight. Toss. A quick throw. Tourism. Travel for fun or vacation. Tourist. A person who travels for fun. Tow. The act of pulling a vehicle. Tower. A tall, narrow building. Trace. A small sign left behind. Trader. A person who buys and sells things. Trail. A path through nature. Transport. The act of moving people or goods. Traveler. A person who goes to another place. Tray. A flat board used to carry things. Trend. A popular style or direction. Tribe. A group of people with the same culture. Troop. A group of soldiers. Trumpet. A brass musical instrument. Trunk. The main stem of a tree. Tub. A large container for washing. Tug. A strong pull. Tune. A short piece of music. Tunnel. A passage under the ground. Tutor. A person who helps someone learn. Twin. One of two children born together. Union. A group joined together. Twist. A turn or bend. Unique. The only one of its kind. Underwear. Clothes worn under other clothes. Unity. The state of being together. Van. A vehicle used to carry people or things. Vehicle. A machine used for travel. Variety. Many different kinds. Verse. A group of lines in a poem or song. Vase. A container for flowers. Vest. A piece of clothing without sleeves. Victim. A person hurt by someone or something. Violence. Harmful force used to hurt people. Violet. A small purple flower. Vision. The ability to see. Vitamin. Something in food that helps the body. Vocabulary. All the words a person knows. Volleyball. A game played by hitting a ball over a net. Volume. The amount of space or sound. Voter. A person who votes. Wages. Money paid for work. Wagon. A vehicle with 4 wheels for carrying things. Wander. The act of walking without a clear plan. Warmth. Gentle heat. Weapon. A tool used to hurt or fight. Waterfall. Water falling from a high place. Weave. the act of making cloth from threads. Wax, a soft solid used for candles. Web, a net made by a spider. Weed, a wild plant growing where it is not wanted. Weekly, a magazine or newspaper published every week. Wheat, a grain used to make flour. Whip, a long thin tool used for hitting. Whistle, a small tool that makes a sharp sound. Wipe, the act of cleaning by rubbing. Wisdom, the ability to make good choices. Wrap, a cover around something. Wrist, the body part between hand and arm. Yell, a loud shout. Yolk, the yellow part of an egg. Youngster, a young person.